Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Smells Like I'm Josh. So good to see ya. This is my summer top 10 favorite designers. This is always a hard list to narrow down because there's a ton of great designers. I decided to just go with what I've been digging lately. It's going to be missing some classics that I love. I wear a lot of Chanel Allure Sport during the summer. That's not on the list because I just have worn it for years. What else? Versace Mano Fresh. I still wear that a lot, like when I know I'm gonna sweat it off in 2 hours, or if I know I'm going swimming. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue or Light Blue Intense. I still wear those, like if I'm going swimming or to the beach or something, just as like a refreshing thing that I don't mind wasting. Some of these others I want to, keep for longer, not waste the sprays. So let me just start with my scent of the day. It's also not on this list because I tend to wear it all year long. It's just my feel-good scent. From the Chanel exclusives, this is Chanel's Eau de Cologne. This is my favorite Eau de Cologne that I've ever tried. It's just so light and inviting. I have some health problems that sometimes cause me to have like an upset stomach, and there's something about eau de colognes in general, but this fragrance in particular, that makes me feel better when I'm kind of sick of my stomach. There's something about the smell of this that, in my head at least, feels like it kind of relieves that, and just kind of makes me feel good if I'm not feeling well. So Chanel Eau de Cologne, kind of an honorable mention, I guess, just because of, one, the price is so high on this, kind of, even though it is technically a designer, it's kind of hard to include it in this list. So Chanel Eau de Cologne, my scent of the day. All right, let's jump right in. Don't worry about the order too much here because I really didn't. These are just 10 fragrances I've already been reaching for quite a bit this summer. Like I said, there's some I'm leaving out, but you can't do a 20, or I didn't feel like doing 20. So here's just 10 that are solid designers that I'm already been wearing and plan to wear a lot the rest of this summer. So let's just go with, starting with at number 10, Gentleman Givenchy Cologne. So this is a really unique fragrance, especially from the designer realm. The original Gentleman Givenchy is an okay fragrance. I like it too. The intense version or the parfum version, whatever it is, also good. These all have an iris kind of base, and to have an iris base in a very light, summery fragrance is really interesting to me. I've really been impressed with this, and you can find this for pretty cheap from discounters nowadays. Gentleman Givenchy Cologne, really good, unique take on a summer fresh fragrance. At number 9, so this is I think the only Prada that I have on the list. Typically, I would have Prada Infusion Dome on the list. It's been on every summer list that I've ever done. And so for that reason, I decided to go with something different, although I do love Infusion Dome still. It's too bad it's been discontinued. I do have a backup bottle though, so I'm good on that. Do love Prada Infusion Dome. Something similar, but a little different, is Prada Loam Low. So the original Prada Loam has gotten a lot of hate as being a very boring fragrance. I don't think it's that boring. I think it's a really well-made fragrance. I like the iris in it, the freshness. It's a great workplace fragrance. If you're not looking to be too loud with your fragrance, it's a good kind of quiet fragrance to wear. Prada Loam Low, I like the blend quite a bit better on this. I think this is my favorite from the Prada Loam line, and Prada Loam Low is just such a light, airy, again, a little bit of iris, kind of like Gentleman Givenchy, except the build is totally different. It has that Prada soapy, slightly powdery thing going on. You get that powdery feel from the iris, but it's just so light, and again, really well blended. Prada Loam Low at number 9. Again, don't worry about the order here too much. Next, let's go with something from Guerlain. Guerlain Loam Ideal Cologne. So Ideal Cologne has kind of been a hype monster for the last probably 2 years. Guys have been discovering this as another unique choice, another unique fragrance for the hotter weather, for the hotter summer months. This has some interesting notes like almond. It's got a lot of citrus in it. It has a little bit of that like tonka bean base, so it kind of has this creaminess to it, but it doesn't get cloying in warm weather. I really like this for like going out after, after like I've been outside all day and maybe I've gotten cleaned up, taken a shower, and I'm going out to dinner or something. Especially on cooler summer nights, I feel like this stuff just sings off your skin. It can be had at an amazing price. I've heard that this one maybe has been discontinued, but you can still find it at pretty good prices. So I grabbed a backup bottle of this one too, just so that I'm sure that I can enjoy this one for a good long while. So that's L'Homme Ideal Cologne from Guerlain. A lot of you guys are probably already familiar with that one. If not, check it out. This one is definitely worth checking out. And again, you can find it at a really great price at discounters. Let's go to Hermes. So this is another situation where there's another fragrance that I usually put in its place, and that's Unjardin Sur le Nil. This has also been on every summer list I've ever done, and so I decided to take something from the Jardin line that I also kind of have fallen in love with, and decided to include Unjardin in Mediterranean. This fragrance reminds me so much of the beach. It's got notes of fig. I don't know if it has coconut in it, but it kind of gives me that figgy coconut vibe that a lot of fragrances do, where they pair fig with this sort of coconut nuance. I really love that. This also gives me the essence of sand, the essence of the beach. It really gives me the sensation of laying on a chair on the beach, next to the ocean, getting that sea breeze, that kind of salty sea breeze, the smell of the hot sand, the way that, that smell that kind of, it all mingles together. You've got the hot sand, you've got the kind of sea air, salty air, salt water on your skin if you've been swimming, and then maybe back behind you on a ridge or in the hills, there's a grove of fig trees, along with maybe some citrus groves. There's some great citrus in the opening of this. This is just another extremely high quality fragrance from Hermes. You almost can't go wrong with Hermes. And this one was created by one of my favorite perfumers, maybe my favorite of all time, Jean-Claude Ellenen. Let's see, that was 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Let's go to Chanel. So this one has been on every summer list that I've ever done, I think. But I had to keep it. I had to keep it on here. This is Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche. I have to keep this because it has become such a mainstay in my summer fragrance wardrobe for pretty much since the beginning. I was able to get a bottle of this, I think, the first summer that I really got into fragrances, and I've been wearing it every summer since, and so I've really gotten some great memories with this. I kind of use this as a scent memory maker, so anytime like I'm visiting family or some kind of special, like a party or a barbecue, or anytime that I'm like making memories, this is a fragrance that I like to kind of create scent memories with in that way. I like to take it on any vacations that I go on. This, you've probably heard to death, this has like citrus and creaminess, and it kind of mixes those things together in a really interesting, light way. It's got vanilla in it, vanilla essence, tonka bean, that gives it this vanillic, almost warm, smooth vanilla vibe, but it's done in a way that it isn't too warm. It really works. It's got that fizzy thing that Chanel does so well. So when you first spray this on, it's literally like spraying on a fizzy LaCroix or something, you know, LaCroix. LaCroix, as my dad calls them. You know, it's like putting on a fizzy drink. You get this effervescent, lemony opening, and then it kind of melds into this vanilla base. Again, which is done in kind of a transparent way so that it still works in the warm weather. This is another great going out at night in the summer fragrance. Next up, let's go back to Guerlain. This is from their Aqua Allegoria line. I could have included Bergamot Calabria because I'll be wearing it. Herba Fresca is another one that I love, although I tend to wear it more in the spring because it's so grassy. But this is Pamplemousse from Guerlain. Pamplemousse is just all about the grapefruit. Like a golden, sparkling pink grapefruit. And it just really fizzy, sparkly. You're seeing a theme here. I love these fizzy, kind of sparkly, bright fragrances for summertime. You can wear this anytime, day or night, in high heat. This one is going to do really well for you. It's not going to become cloying because it's just pretty much citrus. That's just really what you're getting. There are also some light white florals in there. Maybe even some woods, I'm not sure. Maybe a little bit of green notes. But really, you're getting grapefruit here. Just this gorgeous pink grapefruit. Bright, sparkly, fizzy, everything I love. Next, looks like we've got a lot of Hermes on here. It wasn't on purpose. I just grabbed what I'm truthfully wearing. This is a fairly new one to my collection. I wore it quite a bit last summer because I got like a bunch of samples of it. This is from Hermes's Cologne line, and this is Oud Citron Noir. So this is a fairly new one. I think it came out last year, and the price has already gone down on this. You can already find this at discounters at a pretty decent price. It's still a little bit expensive. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but I think these retail for like $150 or something like that, $165 something. Which is a lot for a cologne. You know, this is an eau de cologne concentration, so it's meant to be light, it's meant to be a refresher, but this takes the note of lime and does something with it that I've never smelled in another fragrance. It makes a smoky lime. Online they list it as black lime, and apparently it's something to do with putting a lime in the ground and kind of letting it rot. And they take the rind from it and it creates this kind of smoky citrus note, used in conjunction with some other citrus here, a little bit of woodiness, but mainly it's that smoky lime with kind of an eau de cologne base that is just so interesting, but also pretty simple and light. This is another one, high heat, you know, 100 degrees plus. You can spray quite a bit of this on and you're still not going to be cloying. It's refreshing. I think it's unique for an eau de cologne. Christine Nagel, the new in-house perfumer for Hermes, or I guess not so new anymore, she's been there for a couple years, created this one. Alright, let's keep it moving. I'm being too talky. I'm always too talky. What can I say? That one from Hermes. I should have kind of maybe planned this better. I literally just grabbed all the fragrances that I've been wearing. This is from the Terre d'Hermes line. This is Terre d'Hermes Otre Fresh. I love this scent DNA. Jean-Claude Ellena has made this scent DNA kind of one of his, I guess, signatures. Taking the orange and doing different things with it, taking the entire tree, the orange tree, from the bark to the leaves, to the buds, the flowers, the orange blossom. This is an amazing bright citrus fragrance that's got a little bit of musk underneath. And I'm always surprised when guys talk about this is just the lightest, most non-offensive fragrance ever. I get a pretty strong man musk in this one that I freaking love. Like it's got that, and Jean-Claude Ellene used it in other fragrances. It's kind of similar to what Jean-Claude Ellene did for Frederic Malle with Bigarade Cologne and Bigarade Concentré is what I have here. This one is a little bit different, but kind of in the same wheelhouse. So like if you love Otre Fresh and you're looking to maybe go take it up a notch, Frederic Malle's Bigarade Concentré is kind of like this, only elevated even a little bit higher. So it's Terre d'Hermes Otre Fresh. Two left. From Chanel, another one from Chanel, we have Paris Deauville. This is from their Les Eaux line of colognes. They're eau de toilette concentrations, but they're meant to be colognes. They're meant to be light, bright, refreshing, and they all have to do with destinations that were significant in Coco Chanel's life. Deauville has this kind of built around jasmine, I guess. It does have quite a bit of citrus, light, easy, breezy citrus with this ethereal jasmine, like the most transparent, fresh jasmine that you've ever smelled. It also has this feel-good aroma chemical in it. I can't remember the name of it. If you check out my review on this, I go in depth about a certain aroma chemical that's used in this that in scientific tests has been shown to create a sense of attraction in the brain, as well as a sense of well-being in the brain. And so this is like feel-good fragrance all the way, Paris Deauville. That's my number 2 spot. And my favorite from the Les Eaux collection. Last but not least, this is technically a designer, although the price point is a little high. This is from Tom Ford's Private Blend. Tom Ford is still technically a designer. Some argue that his Private Blend line is niche because of the price and because of the quality. I could see the argument either way, but I wanted to include it in this list because this is the fragrance that I'm wearing the most this year. I bought it specifically for this year. Every summer, I pick a fragrance that's kind of going to be my signature for that summer. Last year, I had another Tom Ford fragrance. Venetian Bergamot was kind of my summer signature. This year, I went with Sole di Positano. So this is from the Neroli Portofino line. It's a little bit of a take on Neroli Portofino, but this is an eau de parfum. It performs really well. It has some interesting notes in it that kind of set it apart from just your typical Neroli eau de cologne style. It has that base. It has that kind of Neroli Portofino eau de cologne style base, but they've done some different things with this that kind of make it stand out. I don't know what notes exactly are doing that, but again, you're getting a lot of citrus here. You're getting a lot of green here. You're getting some florals here, and I think it might be one of the floral notes in here that is a floral note that you don't get in everything. I would have to look at the notes again, but this has some uniqueness to it. For, again, I've kind of tried to go with easy to wear summer fragrances, but that have a uniqueness factor, because that's really what I'm all about. And as our video approaches the 19-minute mark, we're gonna call that a day. So if you made it to the end, thanks for sticking around. I know I don't see you guys very much. Hopefully I can try to make more videos. Maybe a niche summer list. That would be cool. I actually just recently got a couple of great summer niche fragrances that I'd love to talk about. So that's it. Let me know in the comments if you have any favorites from the list, or what your favorite go-tos are for this summer. Let me know in the comments. Go ahead and give the video a like if you made it to the end. And be sure to subscribe if you want to see new videos if I ever get around to posting another one. So thanks so much for watching. Always good to connect with you guys.